Lawn darts. Ah, the 80s, a time when we thought throwing a 1-pound weighted steel spike high into the air was a fun family activity. Jarts were essentially medieval siege weapons marketed for kids. The goal? Toss it into a hoop. The reality? Approximately 6,000 emergency room visits and a permanent ban in 1988. It's the only game where the loser gets a trip to the ICU and the winner gets, well, also probably a lawsuit. The CSI Fingerprint Examination Kit. This one isn't from the 1920s. It's from 2007. You'd think a kit based on a crime show would be safe, right? Wrong. The fingerprint powder in this kit was found to contain up to 7% asbestos. Yeah, the stuff that causes lung cancer. Nothing says future detective like investigating your own respiratory failure by age 10. It was pulled off shelves faster than a criminal fleeing a scene. Snacktime Kid Doll. In 1996, Mattel released a Cabbage Patch doll that could eat plastic snacks. The problem? The doll didn't have an off switch, and it didn't have a stop sensor. If a kid's hair or finger got caught in that mechanical maw, the doll just kept chewing. It was basically a pink plush wood chipper. It's all fun and games until your doll starts snacking on your ponytail like it's linguine. Sky dancers. Sky dancers were beautiful, majestic, and, apparently, heat-seeking missiles. You pulled a cord, the wings spun, and the fairy took flight. Unfortunately, flight usually meant straight into your sister's eyeball. With reports of scratched corneas, broken teeth, and even mild concussions, Galoob had to recall nearly 9 million of these tiny winged assassins in 2000. Aqua leisure baby boats. A toy designed to keep babies safe in the water that actually, wait for it, flipped them upside down. The leg straps were so poorly designed they would tear, causing the baby to slip through or the boat to capsize. It's less of a baby boat and more of a submarine training simulator for infants. Not exactly the relaxing pool day parents were hoping for. Gilbert U-238 Atomic Energy Lab. This is the holy grail of dangerous toys. Released in 1950, it featured real uranium ore. It came with a Geiger counter so kids could track the radiation levels in their own bedrooms. It was marketed as educational, which I guess is true if the lesson is how to develop a glow-in-the-dark personality. It cost $50 back then, which is about $600 today, proving that even in the 50s, poisoning your children was a luxury. Zulu blowing guns. Before Nerf, we had these. It's a tube. You put a sharp dart in it. You blow. Simple, right? Except the darts were small enough that if a kid took a deep breath to get a power shot, they would accidentally inhale the dart into their lungs. It's the toy that turned a fun afternoon into a localized thoracic surgery. Moon shoes. Billed as trampolines for your feet, these were actually ankle breakers for your ego. Made of flimsy plastic and high-tension rubber bands, moon shoes provided about 2 inches of vertical leap and a 100% chance of a grade 3 sprain. Walking in these felt like trying to parkour in buckets of jello. Slip and slide. The slip and slide is a classic, but the original designs were a nightmare for anyone over the age of 9. Because of the way the water pooled, adults and teens would hit a stop point too fast, leading to permanent spinal cord injuries and neck fractures. It turns out sliding at 20 miles per hour onto hard dirt with a thin layer of wet plastic isn't great for your vertebrae. Clacker Balls. 2 heavy acrylic balls on a string. You swing them until they hit each other and make a loud clack. The problem? Early versions were made of tempered glass that would literally shatter like a grenade inches from your face. It's basically Russian roulette, the playground edition. Easy Bake Oven. The 2006 model of this classic toy had a nasty habit of trapping children's fingers in the heating opening. Not only were they trapped, but the oven was, hot. After 249 reports of kids getting caught and some sustaining 2nd and 3rd degree burns, Hasbro had to recall nearly 1 million units. A tough way to learn that baking is a hands-off sport. Belt buckle Derringer, and finally, the winner. In the 1950s, Mattel made a belt buckle that looked like a toy gun. If you pushed your stomach out, it would swing open and fire a cap. The issue? The caps were essentially gunpowder, and they were located right next to the kids', well, vital organs. Friction could cause the whole thing to ignite, leading to, you guessed it, literal pants on fire. It's the only toy that could give you a third-degree burn for just being a little too bloated after lunch.
Today we learned that the word toy doesn't equal safety. So before you buy a newfangled toy, inquire about its dark side.